Good morning, students. Now, in class 8, today I will be starting the explanation of lesson number 3, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. So, first of all, I will explain you about the fiber, about the various types of fibers. So, students, there are generally two types of fibers. One is the natural fiber and second are synthetic fibers. So first, little bit of about the natural fiber I will explain, and after that we will come on to the main topic of today's class, that is about the synthetic fibers. So the first type of fiber that is the natural fiber, and these natural fibers are those fibers which are obtained from the plants, or they are obtained from the source like animals. You all have studied in your previous classes about the names of the various types of natural fibers which are obtained from the plants, like cotton is there, jute, sun hemp, coir, etc. These are some of the major fibers which are obtained from the plants, like cotton, coir, jute, sun hemp and linen. Besides this, the name of some of the natural fibers which are obtained from the animals include the wool is there, and silk. So silk and wool, these are the two natural fibers which are obtained from the animals, whereas the cotton, jute, sun hemp, coir and linen, these are the various types of natural fibers which are obtained from the plants. Now next to this, the next topic is there, that is advantages of natural fibers. So why it is advantageous to wear the clothes which are made up of natural fibers? That is because the clothes which are made from these natural fibers, they are comfortable to wear, they are non-allergic, as well as they are biodegradable. So these are some of the advantages due to which we prefer to wear the clothes which are made up of natural fibers. But there are certain disadvantages also of natural fibers. Now, some of the disadvantages of natural fibers are that they wrinkle easily. For example, cotton fiber clothes, they wrinkle very easily. Second disadvantage of wearing the clothes which are made up of natural fibers, that is the clothes which are made from the wool fiber, they shrink up, as well as they are also eaten up or destroyed by the insects like moth and silverfish. Third disadvantage of this clothes which are made up of natural fibers, that is they are expensive and require delicate handling, like in the case of the clothes which are made up of silk fiber. Besides this, there is one more natural fiber which is used for making various things. This jute fiber, they are hard and not durable. So these are some of the disadvantages of using the natural fibers for making the clothes and various other things which we are using in our day-to-day life. Now after this, we come on to the main topic, that is about the synthetic fibers. So what are synthetic fibers? This is the second type of fiber. First type of fiber was natural fibers, about which I have explained you earlier. Now I will be explaining you about the second type of fiber, and which is also the major topic of today's class, that is synthetic fibers. So these synthetic fibers, these are type of fibers which are made from various chemicals in the factories and laboratories. In them, no natural sources are used, like no plants or animal materials are used as raw material in making these synthetic fibers. They are mainly made up of chemicals in the laboratories. Besides this, second important point which you should remember about these synthetic fibers, that is, these synthetic fibers, they are mainly made from the petrochemicals, that is some materials which are obtained from the petroleum or crude oil. Third important point about the synthetic fiber is that these synthetic fibers, they are made up of polymers. So here it is very much important for you to know what are polymers. So polymers are chains of small repeating units called monomers. So when small repeating units which are called as the monomers, they join together and form a chain-like pattern, results in the formation of polymers. And this chain of repeating units, they lead to the formation of the polymers. And these synthetic fibers, they are also made up of polymers, which are chains of repeating units of monomers. Now, I will explain you about the two main categories of synthetic fibers. So, there are two main categories of synthetic fibers. First is the cellulosic fiber. Here you can see cellulosic fiber, and these cellulosic fibers, they are made up of one polymer which is called as the cellulose, and it is obtained from the cell wall of the plants. And this cellulose polymer, they are made up of repeating units of monomers, which are actually the molecules of glucose. So here this cellulose, which is a polymer which is obtained from the cell wall of the plants, is used for making the cellulosic type of fibers. And the repeating units or the monomers of which this cellulose polymer is made up of, that is the molecules of the glucose. So several molecules of glucose, they are joining together to form a chain-like pattern or polymer which is called as the cellulose, which is obtained from the plants, cell wall of the plants. Now students, the second type of man-made or artificial or man-made fibers or the synthetic fibers is the non-cellulosic fibers. And these non-cellulosic fibers, they are mainly prepared from the chemical compounds. They are mainly prepared or synthesized from the chemical compounds. So with this students, I end my class. Tomorrow we will be studying about in detail about the various types of synthetic fibers. Some of them are cellulosic and some of them belong to the category of non-cellulosic type of synthetic fibers. We will be studying in detail about them in next class. Thank you and have a nice day. And if you like this video, then definitely subscribe on the video.